in the position that we're playing results. Are you thinking we're going to ready to win the Premier League?
I won't be surprised.
No. You have to win one game. And after win the next one. And learn for this one to get better. This is the mindset that we have to have. So we have to have the mindset, if we don't win, we don't win. So I want the players perform well. I want the players in certain departments more focused, more do we have to do, and step by step, we come back. This too shall pass. Life is like that. When you think it's perfect, you are wrong. It's going to rain tomorrow. So it's life.
Now, Ian, obviously City have got that Champions League game coming, but then it is Liverpool at the weekend. And we heard Pep say that it would be over if they were to lose to Liverpool. What did you make of that?
I think it probably will be, because the gap will go to 11 points. And I don't think even Manchester City, if they bounced back to their very best form, would be capable of bridging a gap like that. In fact, I think only once in the history of the Premier League, with the gap as it is at the moment, as a club turned that round. I think that was when Newcastle gave away a big lead back in...
No, don't say it.
So sorry to raise Newcastle, Shaka, but
I think
there you go.
But, shows it's been mentioned.
But I think, looking ahead to the Liverpool game, I think, Manchester City, what an interesting week it's going to be on the training ground at Manchester City, because City are going to go there like wounded tigers, and it wouldn't be the biggest surprise if they really came out fighting. But I think there's quite a lot wrong. A lot of little things are wrong, apart from the Rodri absence, and a lot of little things are adding up to quite a lot at the moment.
Points difference, if it were to be that, because Stevie even says it's not true if it comes to that, if it comes to the fact that they take an even bigger lead on Manchester City by beating them.
The points gap isn't the biggest concern for me with Manchester City. We've seen City do this to Arsenal, said in the last 2 seasons. I think I'm right in saying December last year, the points gap between City and Arsenal was 8 points, and then City goes on this run, second half of the season. I think Arsenal only lost that one game against Aston Villa between the end of January and the end of the season. Arsenal lost one game, yet City just were rampant. So you know how good City can be. So if you're City, you know at this stage of the season, points differences don't really mean that much because of how you've shown yourself to be. When you look at City's performances, though, that is a concern. City this season is a shadow of themselves. Last season is a shadow of themselves 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago, they welcomed Kevin De Bruyne back from injury, and he just turned it on second half of the season. They win the title. Last season, they just had this unbeatable air about them, primarily Rodri sitting in the middle of the park. You have this, I heard him described as a get-out-of-jail-free card in Erling Haaland, and again, they turn it around. Nothing about City's performances. When you look at their midfield, when you look at how Spurs overran City's midfield, when you look at how slow City are in transition, you just wonder where that spark is going to come from. While, yes, they still have Erling Haaland, there just is not the service that we come to expect. You can't rely on Phil Foden to provide anything of a spark, not from what we've seen so far. And defensively, and you saw this kind of starting to build last season, not keeping clean sheets, no Rodri, that only gets worse. You just don't know where City's resolve is going to come from. So I just don't see it happening for City at all this season.
What do you think, Frank? Can you see them putting together one of those second half of the season onslaughts, this Manchester City that we're seeing right now?
Well, right now, if I analyze what I saw, especially against Spurs, I would say no, because there are so many details that Guardiola has to sort out. And he was right when he was saying that he has to go step by step, games after games, and try to do it better and to make sure that the players are still spot on. But there are so many things that we can see, and when we have the names of the player missing, Doku was so effective last season. Rodri was as important as it would be every year. Kovacic was a very good supplement of Rodri, and Ruben Dias was kind of exceptional. And those players are either not there or not as good as they were. So, but I want to say that we didn't see the right and the very good Manchester City before December last season. And as Shaka mentioned, when they decided to put the second gear, they were a different team. So I don't want to bury Manchester City chances to win the Premier League again, even if they have 11 points after a loss against Liverpool on Saturday or Sunday, because you never know what can happen with Manchester City. When you see the name, when you see all the names of the players, they're all international, they're all unbelievable. If somebody's going to click on, like De Bruyne, like Doku, like Foden, like Silva, that might change everything. So we have to make sure we don't carry it away in the way that they cannot get into winning the Premier League.
Ian, who else is in this title race right now? Because just a point back of City, we're seeing Arsenal and Chelsea.
I think Arsenal might go on a run, now. They've got Odegaard back, and I think it became almost a cliche that they'd lost their creative spark without Odegaard, but it was definitely true, and I think you can see the difference. You definitely could against Nottingham Forest at the weekend. So I could see Arsenal putting together a little winning run here. I think Chelsea aren't ready to contest the title. They're certainly, obviously, along with a lot of other teams, top 4 contenders, but I think Arsenal can definitely get involved again.
Stevie, I just want to go back, because obviously you've had some time to think about it. It was a big statement, because we're hearing even Pep saying the likes of it could be too far, 11 points.
Yeah.
You say it still wouldn't be done if that were the case.
No, look, Liverpool would be in an incredible position.
You wouldn't be sure.
Well, no, because as I said yesterday, I've been part of a team that were 11 points behind with less games to go and came back and won the title. So it is possible. Now, am I putting any money on it? No, I wouldn't. It would absolutely 100%. If not even right now, if Liverpool beat City, it 100% is Liverpool's to lose. Getting an 11-point lead on a team like that, it absolutely would be on Liverpool. They would be the team that would have thrown it away. But it is possible. At the same time, Pep's absolutely 100% right. Right now, the only thing he's trying to figure out is how to get a win. And the bad news is they're playing Liverpool at Anfield at the weekend.